All right, the RawBrahs are here with the most special guest we've ever had on our show.
My Memo.
That's our Mimo.
She's our 95-year-old grandma. We interrupted her dinner here. She was having a little piece of pizza and
mellow mushroom.
But we usually don't eat pizza, but she does, and she's 95 years old, and she doesn't have a problem with it.
I love these grandchildren.
You got your phone.
And we love you.
We have 3 boys and a girl, and I love all of them with all my heart. And I think she's very fortunate to have these boys and girls to grow up to be nice young men. And I don't know of anything ugly that any of them do.
We try to not be ugly.
But they've already got me a bunch of strawberries, and I believe I'm going to join. When the Lord gets ready for me to go, I'm ready to go. Now, I know my daughter and these children would do anything in the world for me, but they live a completely different lifestyle from me. I've been living out in sticks, and I enjoy living out there.
Be a trick.
And they just wouldn't enjoy living like I live. But
I came out there with you for a week, remember that? I lived with you for a week when I was young.
They used to visit me and stay with me, and I used to stay with them a lot when they were young too. And I love them all very much, and I thank the Lord for them. And
She always made us the best dishes growing up, made out of her garden, like cream corn and what else?
A lot of tomatoes. She eats a lot of tomatoes. But anyways, back to the tears. I think maybe all the those tears are an indicator of the real presence that she feels with the Lord on a daily basis. I think it really shows that there's something powerful going on there. Those you can see, those tears are really coming from the heart. I almost feel like her heart's welling up with whether it's joy or sadness, and those tears are her heart bursting with love. That's the way I look at it.
And not only is she 95 years old, but she can walk on her own. She isn't in a wheelchair. You don't need any help.
I don't even use my walking.
Look at that.
But I should do that.
That's something about is going on where she almost seems like she's getting younger
She gets
as time goes on.
I know, we look at pictures from her like 10, 20 years ago, and she looks better now than she does then.
Oh, they just try to...
I've always thought that.
They just try to fool me now.
Every morning she does her power Pilates.
They even have me some strawberries here, and they're good.
Those are the ones we picked down the road. What do you think of them?
They're good.
Oh yeah.
And the way she eats those strawberries too, it's something to be studied. You can tell she's really getting the most nutrition. She makes it seem like a lot of nutrition's coming out of each bite.
It's like one meal.
She's got pretty hands.
And I'll tell you what, I can sit there in my house and listen to my music, and I can worship the Lord and feel like that I'm in church. And when I'm in church, I'm not ashamed to get up and let the world know how I feel about Jesus. Now, I might embarrass them. I might embarrass all of you. I don't know about that. But I get up and I let people know I love Jesus right now when I go to church. And I don't just put on. There's a friend of mine that sings, and I enjoy him very much singing. And he sings a song, and I call it our song. I won't have to worry anymore. And when I leave this world, all my worries are going to be over. I won't be worried. You know, I cried tonight about being responsible and away from my son breaking his new truck.
Her son hit a deer tonight.
Yeah, they got in a car accident, and she wasn't even wearing a seatbelt.
You were not?
No.
She wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and somehow...
And it damaged the truck.
You don't drive with a seatbelt on?
Not that we're not promoting not wearing a seatbelt. She usually wears a seatbelt. She forgot to tonight for some reason.
Well, I don't always do it. Sometimes I just don't do it, but most of the time, I do. I do it because I know I'm supposed to. And I know we'd get a ticket if and I don't have money to throw away. But the Lord has always provided my needs. I've never really wanted. You know, when I become a Christian, I change my want-tos. You do that when you become a real Christian. You change your want-tos, the things that you used to want to do, you don't want to do them anymore. And that's what makes it so good. It just changes you want to. I'm ashamed to tell this, but I used to smoke cigarettes. And my daddy would have turned over in his grave if he had known it. But you know how young people are, they want to try the things they see other people do. And so I started smoking. But one day I got down on my knees and I surrendered everything I had to the Lord. And I thought about those cigarettes. And I took them out of my pocket and I laid them on the floor. I said, Lord, here they are. Don't ever let me put another one in my mouth. And you know, I'm afraid to put one in my mouth. I've been tempted, but if I were to put one in my mouth, he might kill me. So I'm not stupid enough to try it.
And that's not that crazy of a thought. A lot of people have been killed by cigarettes.
But anyway, I don't know why that I started smoking. I guess just because sometimes when you're young and you see somebody doing something, you want to try it. And that's a bad mistake, because sometimes all it takes, they tell me to take a drink of whiskey, all it takes is one drink. And so that must have kind of been the way it was with those cigarettes. When after I got one pack, then I started buying them. And I'm sorry, and I wished I could have lived for the Lord and lived a good Christian life all the time, because you know, he's been so good to me till I'm ashamed to grumble. And he's still taking care of me, and I thank him, and I worship him, and I praise him.
Any take-home message for our viewers? Any last thing you want to tell them before we let you go?
To live for Jesus, and don't ever let anything come between you and him, because he shed his blood for you and for me. And you know what is so peculiar about it? He loves you whether you do it or not. Still loves you. How can you love people that don't love you? He loves us regardless of what we do.
Yep. It takes one kind of person to love someone that loves you, but it takes another type of person to love someone that hates you or despises you or stones you or crucifies you.
Yeah.
It's special. That's the kind of love that we all need to have. That's our 95-year-old Mema saying that right there. 95 and thriving.
I love these boys with all my heart. And that little girl down there, I love her too.
This is your videographer for the day, Emily.
We made a move after 15 years.
I mean, we had so much junk to move.
They threw a lot of stuff away. Not all of it, but we challenge you to throw some stuff away.
And I'm very proud of that family. They stuck together.
Thank you. It hasn't always been easy. But we try because we love each other.
Yeah.
This is our mom's first appearance.
And I'm very proud of all my children. They're the best.
So we still have more work to do tonight.
She's gonna start crying if we don't get off pretty soon. RawBrahs, baby.
RawBrahs.
RawBrahs. Hearts are welling up with tears.